What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the vlog, man. Here it is. What have I been up to this week? Let's update. You okay? All right, here you go. This is what I've been up to right here. This week, just trying to get this little person to give me some money. Can I have some money, please? Okay. Come on. Can I have money? Have some? Come on. Can I have some? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. This is our life now. I mean, at least for now, right? I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. You know. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay. And look. Oh, and check it out. I don't know what I got going on here, but whatever. Okay, come on. You go slide in the big one. Come on. Go slide in the big one. Come on. Anyway, so last Thursday, right? We was on the way home, right? And come on, let's go. Slide in the big one. Let's go. We was on the way home, and then it started snowing over there in Jackpot, Nevada. I did have a little bit of a whatchamacallit, a slight disagreement with the receiver. Okay, baby, with the receiver over in Idaho. So here you go. I'm gonna play that clip now. So I just dropped off those pipes, and they're way back there. You see, they're all right there. Anyway, there was a little bit of issue when I was pulling up here. Right now, I'm gonna show you guys over here. He's gone now, and I just want to say in advance that the guy apologized, you know, for giving me an attitude. So basically, that's what happens. He gave me an attitude. So here's what's happening. Here's what happens, right? You see how rough this terrain is, right? I mean, this one is not so bad because like they're really short, right? It could be really deep, but as long as they're short, it's okay, you know? But when the hump gets big, like, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's right here. You see how much lower you are down there than up here? And then that one is much higher, and then it goes lower. Well, he was trying to get me to go through there, right? All the way through, right? And you see that there's humps there, okay? It's elevated, slightly elevated. And you see how, like, just look how that's so much more elevated. And then I was looking at that, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get hung up on there, right? And then look how much smoother it is but over here on this side. So he was telling me to go on that side all the way around and then come back and flip around over there back here facing the same way we're doing now. And I told him, oh man, we're gonna get hung up right there, man. That looks whatchamacallit, that looks a little high right there. And just like right here, right now, look where my box is right now. You see how low that is right now? And that's what I was talking about right there. It's just we're gonna get hung up anyway. So I told him this, and he gave me an attitude for no reason, for some reason, man. It just, I mean, I guess he's just having a bad day, right? And then he told me, oh man, I got a trailer that's a lot lower, or that's just as low as yours, and I've never been hung up there. And I imagine he was probably talking about this one. So, and then I was sitting here thinking, what did I ever do to this guy? Why did he just come up to me like this? You know what I mean? And I didn't take it personal, really. I have to say that I have grown quite a bit, you know, and normally I would be bumping heads with somebody like that who thinks that knows better than I do, okay? But after we got unloaded and everything, like throughout the unloading process, he's still giving me an attitude, right? I didn't think nothing of it. And then after we got unloaded, he came through and then signed for the paperwork, and he apologized to me. He said, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come up to you like that, you know, come on you like that, you know. And I told him, listen, man, I understand. and I did not take it personally, you know, and that's so what you might call it, manly of him, like, you know, to admit that he did make a mistake, you know, and that's the thing that a lot of people, you know, don't get to admit nowadays is making mistakes, you know. I mean, you're gonna make mistakes. I make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? So, but being able to admit that seemed like such a hard thing to do for a lot of people nowadays. So, we're gonna go ahead and scoot the axle. We're gonna go ahead and dead home. I think there's nothing going on here, man. But anyway, see, like, if you look at it, you see how it's humped. That's why, you know, I feel like we might have not get hung up on there. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to take that chance. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's roll. That wasn't much of a disagreement. You know, that was like mostly him. You know, we hi, come on, you say hi. Oh yeah. But anyway, so we had. I mean, he was at least he was grown enough to apologize after, you know what I mean. He realized his mistake. We wasn't hostile or anything like that, but I mean, cool guy, you know. Like I said, maybe he was just having through some bad times at that moment, you know. So, uh, and also, he was telling me like he was fed up with other drivers that were, you know, always talking about I can't do that, I can't do this, you know, like us, you know. I didn't like go off bad on him. I was telling him I can't do that because of this, because of that, and then he just went off on us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, give us attitude. Also, last week, right? Stopped by at Parker's place, you know, Parker's yard, and I gave him a little crap about his mud flap, and finally got to see the infamous Ruby, right? Anyway, nice yard that Parker has over there, you know. So, and we got to talking a little bit. Yeah, actually, I stayed a little bit longer over there. I actually got caught up with some wind and things like that, and I was I stayed and talked to Parker way too long. I think we were there for like a couple hours just talking, you know what I mean? Just talking about the industry and things like that, you know, basically, you know, trucks and whatnot and whatever, you know, just a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyway, uh, yeah, I didn't get to make my delivery, like drive all the way for my delivery uh, because of that. But that's okay though. We're on the way home, and I knew I was not gonna find a load coming out of Boise, Idaho, or even from Salt Lake for that matter. That's why I went ahead and shot down on to towards Twin Falls, Idaho, and shot down on the 90, on the US 93 towards Nevada. You know? And also this one location, if you're not familiar with this location, there's a little bridge right there on the US 93 where as soon as you get off the 84, the I-84 going south on the US 93, there's a bridge over there. What a bridge. That bridge is something else, man. Now on to the load board. So I've been watching the load board this week, right, over here, at least in the Nevada area, and I would say that this week actually, it's interesting over here. Very interesting to say the least, I would say that. Um, Normally, this area, right, it peaks around or averages around 50, or what you would see on the open deck, right, on a regular basis. But here in the past week, it's been at around 80, which is, you know, a little bit different, I would say, and the rates do reflect it, right. Let's see. I'm searching 150-mile radius, right? And we're showing 52. 150-mile radius will cover St. George, Utah, and Washington, Utah, and Fort Irwin, California, and what you might call it, Kingman, Arizona. Okay. But now there's still a lot of junk, okay, on the load board. I mean, it's so let's say like right here, this Kingman, Arizona to Utah. See, listen, like if you're going to Utah, I mean, oh goodness, look at this Utah location. What am I? Oh man, yeah, no. Look at this. Nah, we're not doing that, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway, um, I mean, for that rate, anyway, that's probably not even like, look at that. High on that is 1800. What's trend on that? It's trending 294 on average, which is about right. But at that location, man, I don't know why people would go there to that location from Kingman, Arizona to Hanksville, Utah, doing that. And on the weekend, that is, oh, come on, it's only like 535 miles, right? Who's that? Oh, TQL. It's TQL anyway. So let's see. This is the kind of things that you will see on average over here, out of here in Las Vegas. $1.43 coming from Las Vegas to Anderson, California, which is probably gonna be somewhere in the northern California. And I guarantee you that this load is gonna suck. I mean, it's only 28 foot with 12,000 pounds, but like it's it amazes me, like some of these brokers, like specifically on a Friday, right now, Friday, right? Uh, they're trying to partial out a load. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Like specifically coming out of Las Vegas, like who I don't know who in their right mind. I guess it's like right time, right place. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe this thing don't have to go that much. You know what I mean? It's not a priority. And then take a look at this Washington, right? Las Vegas. This is what you normally see out of Las Vegas. This kind of crap. This is straight junk. I mean, you're talking about going to Washington, right? Come on, what is going on with this thing? It's not showing the map. So anyway, Vancouver, Washington, which is I think closer more to the Oregon area, right? But it's oh yeah, it's gonna require ramps. I guarantee it because it says Freightliner M2. So that's a flatbed Freightliner truck, okay? And look at their MC. It's cash on delivery. I get it, but it's 32 foot, and they're trying to partial it out, and it's gonna be a bottom deck. I mean, I guess you could put it up top deck too, but this is normally what you see out of Las Vegas. Okay, look at this: Yucca, Arizona into Hillside, Illinois, $1.57, and look at that, like uh, they have it posted for 2850, which is on the very very low end, right? And high end of this is 3800 here lately, and then the trend on it looks like it's going up, and it's just crazy that look, $1.96, a dollar, like people, I see these come out of this area all the time. So I might have to look into that and call these people up, and here goes another one right here, Yucca, Arizona. I think these are pipes, like plastic pipes, you know um, they have it posted for 5,700, but like, man, listen, if you're dispatching yourself out, let's just say you come from the Midwest, you get your good rate going into Southern California, right? Well, I don't know what that good rate is, but on average, I would probably say most people are probably going to get like $3 a mile, and below. Coming from the Midwest, let's just say, you know, Memphis area on, you know what I mean, that kind of line, right? You're probably gonna be on average, like on the high side, you're probably gonna be on a $3 a mile. Now, that's really good going into Southern California, but the problem with Southern California is such a tough market, man. Southern California is such a tough market, so um, there's very rare occasion that you will get a good rate going into Southern California, and that it would be worth it coming out of Southern California. You know what I mean? And this is the kind of rates that you're gonna see coming out of there. Now, let's take a look at this. Let's apply this load in particular. Yucca, Arizona to Maine. Yucca, Arizona all the way to Maine. Let me say that again. Yucca, Arizona all the way to Maine. 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles. It's just crazy that somebody would like even consider booking that. Really, $1.87 a mile. They, there's some tolls you're not going to be able to avoid depending on what route you take on this one. Like me, I'll actually I'll probably take it like on the 40, right, on the 40 to the 54, from the 54 to 70, and then pick up the 72, 71, yeah, 71 in Ohio, right? And go up through New York, right? The northern part of New York, or actually in the 80, and then go up from Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah, Pennsylvania to go pick up Connecticut and all of that other stuff. But Connecticut's still gonna charge you though. You know what I mean? It's just like $1.87, man. That is never worth it because number one, when you get into Maine, guess what? That's another dead area. I mean, I guess it's okay if you're a step deck. I don't know. You got a chance of getting something good, right? I mean, I think if that was like, let's say, $2.20 or $2.30 a mile, I think that's gonna be a really good rate. The high side on that is 2,800. They have it posted for 2,700. The trending on that is actually, it's amazing that it's trending up. Look at this, $1.32 in. Yeah, when you know what, man, let's just not. We're just gonna get frustrated. So, but I would say that the rates are looking up. Okay, they're definitely looking better. I think like right here, this Boise one right here from Las Vegas to Boise, it's probably tarps. Yeah, it sure is. It's they're getting there, if you ask me, but I think they're not quite there yet. We're going to Boise, Idaho. We're probably not gonna get anything good out of there, unless you get something really, really heavy, So I guess that's okay, right? We can't really pick up anything heavy, not on our setup, okay? So if you have like a light flatbed, like a 48-foot flat, you know what I'm saying? You can pick up some heavy stuff that would make this particular load worth it going up into Boise. What do I mean by that? You can, like, if you have tarps and you have 48 foot and where you can haul 48,000 pounds, we cannot haul 48,000 pounds, nowhere near. Where you can haul 48,000 pounds, there's a lot of lumber, a lot of these other things that you can make that rate work. You know what I mean? So if you were going up there for 339, you can probably come back down for $1.80 and then you're good to go. $1.80 with that, you're averaging 240 a mile on all the miles. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? You see how you figuring that out? So I don't know if that's something somebody wants to take on because like it's tarp, and more than likely that load you coming out of the Boise area or that area right there is gonna be tarp coming back down. So I don't know how that's gonna work out as far as like wear and tear on your equipment because you're gonna be heavy most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Wear and tear on your body, like I don't know. I think me when we had a 48-foot flatbed, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all because it's like it's hard job. It's a lot of work that required out of you physically and mentally, and then like we're still not there, rate wise, So let's look at this one, Axel Logistics. This one, believe it or not, this one does not look that bad because you're only going into North Carolina compared to that one where you're going all the way to Maine. Okay, big difference, big difference. That's why I'm considering this, looking at it and be like, you know what? That's not bad because North Carolina, no, on average, it's um, rule of thumb on the North Carolina, right? Not rule of thumb, but like on average, as long as you don't get past to Virginia and all of that, you should be okay. Out of North Carolina, South Carolina, because you got Georgia right there. Georgia's a really good market, okay? Georgia and, just anywhere past that, right? I mean, you're not too far away from the good market. So coming out of this bad market right here, that's actually not that bad. And take a look at the average on that. The average on that is 3,000, right? They have it posted for 4,000, which is on the very, very high side. Let's see the trending on this. Uh, Actually, wow. So this past week, wow, $1.22. That is so insane, man. It's that. I mean, it's light, right? I get it. It's light, And it looks like a hot shot can pick this up too. So, but still though, that's crazy. That's so crazy, man. I don't know who operates that low, really. Um, that can operate that low. You know what I mean? And still, like, somewhat stay profitable. I don't even know how much you can make out of $1.29, really. So I mean, it's like, so I get it. You know what I mean? So I think this is a decent load going into North Carolina. But this is what I mean, though. Like, look at this. This is actually not bad, believe it or not. This is really not bad. Like, it's looking really good, you know. So well, let's talk about one more thing. So this one right here in particular, today they had this posted for. They had the nerve. I mean, I just don't get it. They have the nerve to post it for $500. $500. Okay. Yes, I get it. It's only 100 miles. Okay. Now, if I was completely empty, let's say I'm in Kingman, Arizona, and I got nothing else going on, and I'm going home for the weekend, and I am from Vegas, okay, I might see that kind of thinking, you know. But look at it now, though, from $500 to $800 now. See, this is what these guys do. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these, some of these bad brokers, like R&R Express, they have some good loads, but for the majority of the time, man, they do the same thing that TQL does. Okay, they go from, let's say, 500, and then next thing you know, when it's towards the end of the day, that rate just keeps on going up, going up, going up. When they could have just been like, okay, I'm only gonna make $100 on this load or $200 on this load, so I'm gonna go ahead and post it and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah. Oh, there you go. What do you want? What do you want, baby? You gonna press? Why you pressing? Okay, come on, come on. Okay, hold on. Shout out to all the full-time parents out there, boy, I tell you. Not easy. It's crazy how we go from folding straps, you know what I mean, running chains and doing all of these other things, securing loads and whatnot, to just full-time at home. Man, I tell you what, like I said, respect to the people that are, you know, full-time at the house, you know. It's not, it sounds ideal, which it is, but it's not as easy as it sounds. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people be like, oh man, that'd be nice, right? You know, just to be able to just stay at home, do nothing right now. Not that easy for sure, but just the load board definitely looks good. Now, I was talking to Parker, right? I was talking to him about being a dispatcher. And I believe now I am fully 100% ready to be a dispatcher. I think I can help, you know what I mean? I think I can help more than somebody who's just never been physically out there, you know what I mean? So I think, because like, I know what it's like out there, right? And I know how it is out there as far as like being an owner operator, like one man show, you know what I mean? Like, wear all the hats. I think I understand that a lot better now. So anyway, so I've been pondering the idea in doing that, right? So we will see. I'm gonna put it together, and then we will see where our vacation is over. We're gonna have to try to find ways to make money on the side to try to keep the authority alive. Anyway, we will see you guys in the next video.